Okay. Over the last couple classes, we've been talking about adding fractions and mixed numbers. All right, so let's start with a fraction, a basic one. We have 1/4. We're going to add that to 2/3. Okay. I wrote down some steps down here for you that we need to follow. All right, our first step would be to find a common denominator. All right, so what we've talked about in class is making a T-chart sideways. Find the common multiples of 4, 3, and 4. 3. So our common denominator is 12. All right, now the second step is make equivalent fractions. Now this is a step that a lot of you forget to do. Is if we have 1/4 and we have to make it a common equivalent fraction of 12, okay? We have to multiply 4 times 3 to get 12. All right, what you guys, many of you are forgetting is you have to multiply the numerator by the same thing, 3, to get 3. So 1/4 equals 3/12. Okay, let's do the same thing for 2/3. Equals 12ths. 3 times 4 is 12. So we do the same to the numerator. Times 4 is 8. All right, now we just add 3 plus 8, and we have the denominator of 12, which equals 11/12. Okay, let's try a little bit harder one. Okay, -1/6 plus 7/18. Okay, remember our steps. Common denominators. Okay, we have 6 and 18. 18 is our common denominator. And we notice that one of the fractions is already an 18th. So we just have to transfer it over. But make sure you rewrite the problem again so you don't get confused. All right, so let's make an equivalent fraction for -1/6. -1/6 is how many 18ths? Multiply 6 times 3 to get 18. And we multiply -1 times 3 to get -3. We have -3 here over 18. Okay, so we found our equivalent fractions, common denominators. Our next step would be to add. Okay, so what we have up top is -3 plus 7 over 18. And if we add those together, we get -4, I'm sorry, 4 over 18. All right, now the final step is we're at a point where we have to simplify all of our fractions. We have to make sure that everything is in simplest form. So we see that 4 and 18 have a common factor of 2. So if we divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2, we are left with 2/9. And that is the answer, 2/9. Okay, let's try a mixed number. Let's add some mixed numbers together. 6 and 4/5 plus -1 and 3/4. Now these are mixed numbers, but we follow the same steps. Okay, first step, common denominators. So we have 4ths and 5ths. Make our little T-chart. 4ths, 5ths, multiples. Okay, common denominator is 20ths. So let's rewrite them. We have 6, denominator of 20, plus -1 and 3/4. We need it with a denominator of 20. Okay, so we'll work off here off to the side. 4/5 is how many 20ths? Times 4 to get 20. So 4 times 4 is 16. So 4/5 is 16/20. Let's do the same for 3/4. Multiply the denominator by 5 to get our 20 here. So we can do the same to the numerator. Times 5, 15/20. Okay, now here's where some confusion has also come in. What we need to do first is we need to add 6 plus -1. So 6 plus -1 is 5. Okay, now we have 16/20 and -15/20. Remember, this whole number is negative. -15/20. So it's 16 plus -15. Remember, the denominator is 20. So 16 plus -15 equals 1. So we have an answer of 5 and 1/20. And that's the final answer.